Hey, this is Arsene from Rambling Rican, and I've re-recorded this video about 6 times already. Sorry for the Gdynia, it's very fuzzy today. But I wanted to talk about the current situation with the apocalypse, and more importantly, share some sort of, I guess, some advice on not just how to handle it, but how you can change the way you do things to help support the channels that you like. Both as a content consumer and a content creator. This affects literally everybody. So for those that are not familiar with what's going on, first of all, check your inbox, because if you have a YouTube account, you have this email. Basically, there's now a regulation. The government in the United States have decided that content that is aimed towards children shouldn't be heavily monetized and sent this type of negative ad practices to them. And quite frankly, that is true. YouTube has done a terrible job in targeted marketing. They target literally everybody, and even if you don't have your channel monetized, there's still ads running on your channel. The only difference is that you don't get the money. So while in the concept of it, that should change. However, the application of it, that's his own video, and I don't want to get into that. More importantly, right now, for both content creator and content consumer, is that those monetized channels are hit huge. Content that was legal just a year ago or no longer because of whatever. I mean, heck, this morning was a Jeremy Jans, I don't know how to say your last name, I'm so sorry. But his latest Sonic the Hedgehog trailer was hit. Well, he has a lot of reviews and trailer reviews and movie reviews and discussions on movies that are rated G that may be considered aimed at children. But that doesn't mean that, I mean, he's an adult. But all of that has now changed. So where is the Goldilocks zone? Think if you do something like gaming, or you curse a lot, or you cover content that could be considered adult, you get demonetized as well. So where is the thing in between? Because I can understand the concept of, if this content is for kids, you shouldn't be running, certain types of ads or any ads at all, because now the kid is going to be screaming at the mom to buy the product that they're being targeted. And that makes sense. That's another video. An easy fix would be an opt-in for advertisers, but they're not going to go there. Because apparently everything, instead of now YouTube, is now KidsTube, which is its own frustrating thing. So what can you do as a creator? If your livelihood is now threatened, you have a couple of different options. If you're a large channel, there may be ways to get more sponsorships or more affiliates, or even a fundraising drive that people can use for whatever projects. That's difficult for someone that is smaller, that is still monetized, but nowhere has that kind of reach. So as a consumer, the easiest way of doing that is share their videos, comment on them, like them, dislike them, subscribe to your channel. I mean, if there's a lot of people that actually follow the certain people but don't subscribe to them. Not entirely sure why, but hey, you do you. So the big thing now is that they're losing the visibility. Is if anybody's ever gotten a copyright strike, or a channel's or a specific video has been hit with some sort of limitation, that's stuck in a graveyard forever. I don't care what they say. Most people can't even see it. Even people that have subscribed to certain channels, all of a sudden they're not subscribed to them anymore, or it's not showing up on their feed because they decided that only some of them are going to be, but not going to be. If you like a certain person or a channel or a conglomerate or whatever that's in YouTube, support them, because this is the biggest thing now. If you like that video, send it to a friend, put it on your social media, spread that around, because they're losing visibility. And when you lose visibility, views go down. That means the ad revenue also goes down. For someone that is not monetized, that is detrimental in bigger ways because they'll never grow. So they can't find that audience that would like that one thing you like doing. Another thing that I'm seeing that people that are scared of is that, what if your channel is one type of thing and that type of thing finishes, or you outgrew it, or you don't like it anymore? My situation is actually apropos in this situation, where I used to do videos on Sasuke, which most people know as Ninja Warrior, but specifically the Japan version. And I did that for years. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 12 years now. And I had videos that went viral, in the tens of thousands, which is, yay, that's great. And people still watch them now, which is pretty interesting. It's like 10 years late and people are still watching those videos. But hey, great. I'm happy you like them. But I moved on from that. And now everything else has gone down, starting your way back up again. And that's something that in fact, I discussed that last year when my channel got demonetized. It was monetized for a number of years. But what happens in this situation where you're in that middle point where you're trying to get to the 1,000 and YouTube decides to change the algorithm, and none of the content that you make, or some of it or whatever, is not seen by anybody, you don't grow. And for those that are in between, that don't make enough money to be a job, but you're putting a lot of effort in it, and people don't see the videos, you stay stagnant. It's just this constant perpetual. So now as a consumer, I'll spend more time making sure that I rate all the videos, that I share videos as best as possible, that sort of thing, because that gets hit. If this is your job, oh boy, that's a problem, because this Brave New World is a lot bigger. And now you get fines of like, $30,000 per video if you decide to do something and they didn't deem it. That's very frustrating. So tips and ways that you can help outside of the free things like rating and sharing and subscribing and commenting, because those things I wish were sort of common sense, but sometimes most people don't think that way. They'll just check in on your phone going, hey, that was really funny, and then close it. Like, no, rate, do something, interact with it, so then other people can see it and find the thing that was funny, or was sad, or was dramatic, or that was epic. Dude spent like 4 months editing a 2-minute video and no one sees it. That's depressing. So, for those, and it's not just the monetization or demonetization on whether or not anybody's there. Some people have Patreon. I don't consider myself large enough to even warrant one. But if that person has a Patreon, consider, even if it's just a little bit, doesn't necessarily have to be a lot. Because something simple like a couple of years ago, I needed a new mic. I ended up saving enough money and I got myself a mic with the money that I got from the ad revenue. Well, for someone who doesn't have the ad revenue, or their ad revenue is now halved or third, even that extra little bit will help get, a new mic. I need a capture card because the last couple of videos were yikes because I'm not optimally set for the type of videos that I was doing of late. Some simple things like that. I don't have a Patreon, but I do have Amazon. Amazon affiliates. In fact, anyone can sign up for Amazon affiliates. I'm not paid to say any of this, because their way of working is they give you a certain time frame for you to sell a certain amount of products. So if you see on someone's description, and yes, please go into the descriptions and look at the type of links that they have available, not just links to social media, but their affiliates. Most of the time they'll get a commission. So Amazon works this way. So let's just say Black Friday is coming up very, very quickly. let's just say you're going to buy something off of Amazon. Instead of just going straight to the Amazon app through there, consider using somebody's link. It has a referral code on it. So what happens is they get a very small commission. It's a very small commission. But still, eyes are being sent from that content creator over to that product. And in turn, when you sell a certain amount of products, they get money back. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's gift. I have mine as gift certificates. It's a whole lot easier that way. But simple things like that, they'll be able to save money on to get their capture card, to get their microphone, a new computer, a new camera, that sort of thing. For small content creators that haven't had the opportunity to save up to make better content with better equipment, these things are invaluable. I see in Twitch all the time where someone decides to give people through PayPal. If they have a PayPal link, consider giving them a little bit. It's like $5 or something like that. That helps out a lot, because the amount of money they're going to lose, especially if they are monetized, is gonna be pretty bad. So again, if you like the content creator, help support them. If you are one, don't freak out. This is just what the current phase is. I know you can get demoralized. I've been there for the past year. Like, what kind of stuff do I want to make? Don't force yourself into pigeonhole like I have to do this one thing. I've seen a lot of videos of late where people that had that one thing that they were doing, a run up to a certain popular game, and then the game is out, and then the videos dry up because there's nothing technically new about it. Then they have problems when they try another game. Audiences are going to fluctuate in and out. That's just how things work. Either people outgrow it, or they don't like it anymore, or some controversy pops up, or just, yeah, somebody wrote, different things on it, or the type of people had changed behind the show that you were watching. Those types of things affect how you do your own content. Do the stuff you want to do, and your audience will find you. Be happy with the small amount that you have. Those are your core audience that are keeping you on YouTube. And if you do end up growing, great. But more importantly, do what you want. Because if you're not happy doing what you're doing, people will notice. And no one will watch. Doesn't matter what the content is. If someone is just surly and not happy doing what they're doing, it's gonna show. And after a while, at the same time, if you keep trying to push everything and whatever, I've had popular channels where all of a sudden it was just this big hype machine, and I didn't like that all the time. I liked the little smaller stuff that they liked, that they used to do before. That's what happens. But if you like that one creator, show their support. Show your support now more than anything, because some of them are ripping their hair out from the roots. I'm not monetized, and I probably will never be, but I'm still happy doing what I'm doing. And if I end up growing, great. But for those that are really, really working hard to get to that 1,000, just help them out. Show that channel to someone that you think will like their content, and they may subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I don't understand why you're not doing that if you're watching their content. So that's pretty much it. And okay, I got about over 10 minutes, so that's not entirely short. So that's pretty much it. The long and short of it is, check the content box, and if they have links, use them. Whether it's PayPal or Amazon or Rakuten or Booking.com or PayPal or any other company that they're aligned with in some sort of fashion, so they can try to make better content for you, because that is ultimately why someone would be monetized. So that's pretty much it. So until the next video, whenever that is, until I feel better, talk to you later.